The top 5 most common mistakes to avoid when buying a backdrop for event marketing, conferences, trade shows, things like that. Do not do these. This is the difference between looking like a rock star or having a totally cringy, embarrassing setup that you're frustrated with and you feel like it was an absolute waste of money. I'm Chris from Kick-Ass Media, and we've been printing backdrops and setups for brands and agencies for over 15 years. We've seen it all, we have done it all. Now, we get calls all the time from people that have purchased backdrops that they thought were gonna be awesome. They found something online, they tried to save some money, it was kind of a cheaper thing, they get it, they're disappointed, it's an absolute waste. So here's the top 5 things that we have seen over the years. Let's go check it out. Number 1, do not buy vinyl. It does not look good because of the glare. It's a plastic material. It's really difficult to use. You have to take this big long tube that's 8 foot long. You want a premium fabric like this that looks awesome because you're gonna be traveling with it. It's gonna be folded up. You're gonna wanna pull it out, set it up, and have it look like this, pristine, with no wrinkles, no waves, no glare, nothing like that. You want this to look perfect. Only buy fabric, do not buy vinyl, whatever you do. Number 2 is buying a difficult frame that's assembled. Imagine getting on site and you go to set this thing up and it's super confusing. You don't know what you're doing. You got parts all over. You're trying to screw stuff together. That would be frustrating and annoying, and we've heard about it so many times. Do not buy those tube frame styles because you got the poles on the sides. They got to screw together. They strip over time. People have had issues with those. We stopped selling those over a decade ago. They are absolutely not what you want. Do not buy those tube frames. You want something that either has a Velcro, or it goes over like a sleeve, or it goes in like our Edge style where there's no seams at all. You can see some other videos about those. Whatever you do, look for a frame that's gonna be easy to put together. The number 3 biggest mistake is getting the wrong size. See, the bigger you go, the more impact your brand is gonna have. So you want something that stands out and looks really good, right? But a lot of booths and setups and things like that are standard 10 foot wide. So the best backdrop size is usually a 10 foot wide to get. It's the most versatile, it's a good size, it's gonna fill your booth, it's gonna create an experience. But if you go too small, say you go down to like a 5 foot backdrop, you're gonna have this tiny little thing that doesn't fill your booth, and it's just gonna look unprofessional. There's gonna be this wasted space, it's just not gonna look right. But if you have a larger booth, like 15 or 20 foot, a lot of these frames are modular. You can build them up bigger, you can go smaller, all seamless prints, things like that. So look for the right size. The number 4 mistake is the wrong design. If you're doing event marketing for awareness, leads, something like that, typically the backdrop is gonna have a bigger brand element on it, and then you're gonna have maybe like your tagline, maybe some info, but really minimal on the backdrop because this is meant to really just expose the brand. Now, you'll have other things like your table, banner stands, things like that will have more likely event-specific information like an offer, a call to action, a hook that's gonna bring people into your booth, that kind of thing. So it's about those pieces working together to create an overall brand experience for your audience, your customers, things like that. So design is key. If it's a step and repeat and it's meant for photos, you might have a repeating logos on it, repeat pattern, but typically for event marketing, it's actually gonna be something that's more of just a big picture of the brand. Okay, the number 5 biggest mistake is not getting color guaranteed printing and lifetime warranties on your hardware. See, this is the impression of your brand. So the last thing that you want are your colors for your backdrop to not match everything and to not look right presenting your brand, right? And we get that call all the time because look, a lot of suppliers use off-brand cheaper inks, and what happens is the color doesn't always look right. The problem too is that when they send you proofs, they say that once you approve it on your screen, it's on you. You've gotten those emails before, right? But the thing is that kind of sucks because you're trying to look at it on your phone or your computer. You don't know what it's gonna look like when it's printed. So we guarantee the color that we guarantee it's gonna look right, whether we gotta get your Pantones or we're going to send you swatches, whatever it may be. So make sure that you're choosing a supplier that's gonna guarantee the fabric and the frames. We do lifetime warranty on the frames. You don't wanna have it get damaged on site or in shipping or something like that, and then all of a sudden you're stuck and now your frame isn't working. You've got to either buy a new one, you're trying to haggle with your supplier. You don't want any of that. You want a supplier that's gonna guarantee the frame, the fabric, and it's gonna be perfect. This marketing event is probably a big deal, and that's why you're gonna spend time and money to get it right. So contact our team. We can help you go through all the different options. We've got a lot of different backdrop styles. It's not just one size fits all. There's not just one type of backdrop. There are so many different backdrops, so many different sizes, different materials. We want to find the one that's going to be best for you, specifically what you're doing. Whoever's going to be setting up, if it's one person, multiple people, all those kinds of things, reach out now so that you get the right thing so your brand stands out, gets noticed, you achieve your marketing goals, and you look like a rock star.